There's a moment every parent dreads. Your child, red-faced and furious, looks you in the eye and says, "I hate you." It's sharp, it's painful, it feels personal. But what if it's not? What if those words aren't about hate at all, but about emotional overwhelm? What if your child isn't trying to hurt you, but trying to survive a moment they don't know how to handle? Welcome to Seeds of Tomorrow. Children don't have the emotional vocabulary we do. They don't say, "I feel powerless." They say, "I hate you." They don't say, "I'm scared you don't understand me." They say, "You're the worst." And while it's tempting to react with anger, silence, or shame, what they need most is connection. This script is a gentle guide through those moments. We'll explore why children say hurtful things, what's happening in their brains, and how you can respond with calm, clarity, and compassion. Let's walk through it together with honesty, warmth, and a little humor to keep us grounded. Why children say, "I hate you." Children say big things because they feel big things. They don't have the filters adults do. They speak from emotion, not logic. When a child says, "I hate you," it's usually because you've set a boundary they didn't like. They feel rejected, misunderstood, or powerless. Their nervous system is overwhelmed. They're tired, hungry, overstimulated, or emotionally flooded. In that moment, they're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to release pressure. They're saying, "I don't know how to handle this feeling, so I'm throwing it at you." And because you're their safe person, you're the one they trust to catch it. What's happening in the brain? Let's peek inside the brain, gently. When a child feels emotionally threatened, not physically, their brain activates the fight-or-flight response. Their prefrontal cortex, the part that helps with reasoning and impulse control, goes offline. Their limbic system, the emotional center, takes over. They're not thinking, they're reacting. This is especially true for toddlers and preschoolers, highly sensitive children, neurodivergent children, children under stress or trauma. In this state, they may yell, cry, hit, or say things like, "I hate you," not because they mean it, but because they're trying to survive the moment. How to respond without losing your cool. This is the hard part. You're human too. You feel hurt. You feel shocked. You might feel angry, but your child doesn't need punishment. They need regulation. Here's how to respond with emotional intelligence. 1. Pause and breathe. Before you say anything, take a breath. This helps regulate your own nervous system and models calm for your child. 2. Stay grounded. Avoid reacting with, "Don't you ever say that again. You're being disrespectful." "Fine. I guess you don't love me either." These escalate the situation. They shift the focus from the child's feelings to your hurt. Instead, try, "That was a big feeling. I'm here. I hear you're upset. Let's talk when you're calm. It's okay to feel angry. I still love you." 3. Validate without agreeing. You don't have to agree with the behavior to validate the emotion. Say, "You're really mad right now. That's okay. It's hard when things don't go your way. I know you didn't mean that. Let's figure out what's really going on." 4. Repair after the storm. Once your child is calm, revisit the moment. Say, "Earlier, you said something hurtful. I know you were upset. Can we talk about what you were feeling? I want to understand what made you so angry. I'm here to listen." This builds emotional literacy. It teaches your child that feelings are okay, but words have impact. What children learn from your response. When you respond with calm, you teach regulation. When you respond with empathy, you teach emotional safety. When you respond with curiosity, you teach communication. Your child learns. I can feel big feelings and still be loved. I can mess up and still be safe. I can express myself without being punished. This doesn't mean you allow disrespect. It means you address the root, not just the symptom. Why this matters. Psychologically speaking, children who are shamed for expressing anger often learn to suppress it. They become people pleasers. They disconnect from their own needs. They fear conflict. But children who are allowed to feel and guided to express become emotionally resilient. They learn to name their feelings. They learn to repair relationships. They learn to trust themselves. This is emotional intelligence, and it starts with how we respond to the hardest moments. A gentle reminder for parents. You're not failing if your child says, "I hate you." You're parenting a human, a messy, emotional, growing human, and you're human too. So if you've reacted with anger, guilt, or tears, it's okay. Repair is always possible. Growth is always available. Speak kindly to yourself. Say, "I'm learning. I'm allowed to feel hurt and still show up with love. I'm doing the work, and that matters." What to say instead of, "Don't talk to me like that." Here are a few gentle phrases to keep in your pocket. I hear you. Let's take a break and talk soon. I know you're upset. I'm here when you're ready. That hurt my feelings. I still love you. Let's figure out what's underneath that anger. These phrases don't just calm the moment. They build trust. They build connection. They build emotional safety. Closing reflection. When your child says, "I hate you," they're not pushing you away. They're testing to see if you'll stay. They're asking, "Can you love me when I'm at my worst? Can you hold space for my mess? Can you help me feel safe again?" And when you respond with calm, with love, with presence, you answer, "Yes, I'm here, always." That's the kind of parenting that heals. That's the kind of love that lasts. Thank you for being here. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to Seeds of Tomorrow for more gentle parenting wisdom, emotional healing tools, and soulful reflections. Together, we're raising a generation that feels deeply, speaks honestly, and grows with grace. See you in the next video.